happened if your grandmother should walk down the street with them shorts on? They'd have put her in an insane institution. She'd come out without her dress on. There's something wrong with her mind. If it was so then, it's so now.
Amen.
So it throws the whole world into insanity.
Amen.
The whole thing's insane. And it's so gradually crept in till the people don't know it.
Amen.
Now, is she a prostitute? Not by her husband vow to her body, but before God she's got a evil prostitute spirit on her that makes her dress like that, and she's in the Laodicean church age and don't know that she's doing that. The innocent woman don't know that God will judge her for a prostitute. There you are. You get it to her. You can't tell her. There's no way of getting it to her. The Bible said they're naked and don't know it.
Amen. Amen.
If you call her a prostitute personally, she'd have you arrested. She would. I never talk personally about anybody. I talk about sin. I don't say this certain church, Mr. So-and-so, Reverend so-and-so, he's a... No, I say that, the doctrine of that. See? The whole thing together. I don't call individuals. It's not individuals. It's the system that they're in. It's a world system. Brother George Wright, sitting here, 75 or 78 years old, I guess. What would you think would have happened if you'd have went to see Sister Wright someday and she'd been standing in a pair of shorts? Well, you'd have had the woman locked up. You'd have never married her. Well, if any young man in that day would have done it, the same thing would have took place. Well, if it was sin and wrong then, it's the same thing, but the people have grown into insanity.
Amen.
Let me prophesy something to you just before it comes to pass. The whole world is grouping in insanity and will get worse and worse and worse.
Amen.
I'm telling you, there'll be a bunch of maniacs. And it's almost that way now. Could you imagine a man driving with his lights off on the wrong side of the road, a ricky young kid supposed to be right out of high school? Kill a bunch of people, does that stop him? The next one come right behind him doing the same thing? Can you imagine a young man that thinks anything of himself getting out here and acting the way they do? Could you imagine a young woman and the bloom of womanhood, beautiful, well-built, shaped, profiled face? Beautiful. And the very thing of her being pretty shows that we're at the end time. See, she's went altogether to worldly feature. Worldly things and not the beauty of holiness.
Amen.
Sweetness in her soul. I've seen women on the outside of them, wasn't nothing to look at, but you speak to them one time. Talk to them a few minutes. They're real, genuine, something that you can't get away from. See, the beauty of the outside is of the devil. It's of the world. Look at Cain's children, how they went into it. When the sons of God saw the daughters of man were fair, they taken unto them wives, and God never did forgive them. Look at them Israelite women with calloused hands and hair stringing. When them sons of God came up through the land of Moab and met them dainty women with well-set hair, fancy and a lot of manicure on their faces, or what you call it. And when them sons of God saw those real fair women, a false prophet said, we're all the same. And they married among them, and God never did forgive them. They perished in the wilderness. Every one of them died there. Without hope, without God, and is eternally lost. Damned forever. Though they had seen the goodness of God. Though they had drank from the fountain that never runs dry. They had drunk from the smitten rock. They had seen the brass serpent perform miracles. They had come out from under the baptism of Moses in the sea. They had seen the hand of God. They had eaten angels' food and had done all those things, but married in. Let women bring them in.
Amen.
And marry among them. Not commit adultery, just marry among them. God never did forgive it. That's the second time it met. Now here we're on the third time. More deceiving now than ever. I know that's hard. And I've often wondered, in many ways, how will it ever be? Why do I have to talk so rational to people? What makes it so? And yet I notice, if it wasn't God, there would be nobody, not a woman, to sit and listen at me. Amen. But they come back. Amen. Because there's somebody that's got a little anchor of truth there that knows that that's right. Amen. Regardless, they know it's right. Now watch what happens. I know it's hard. It's just like if a doctor gives you medicine, you refuse to take it, then don't blame the doctor if you die. And this is like medicine. What about these people? They always claim to me being a woman hater. You see, you just watch the way the women act, and I'll show you where the church is. The women morals is in Laodicea. In the world, physically. Naked. Miserable. Blind. And don't know it. The people, the women of the world. And the church is in the same stage. Watch the natural type, the spiritual, right through each time. Now, someday at the judgment bar, I know it's not popular to say it. And if a man's not ordained to say it, you better not say it. Because you're impersonating and then you'll get in trouble sure enough. Now notice, I've actually looked like in times held a woman's mouth open and poured the medicine in her mouth. And then hold my hands over her mouth and she'll spit it out every time. What if a doctor did that to a patient, then the patient died? Because they refused to swallow the medicine. At the judgment bar, when all these things like cutting hair and wearing shorts, and I'm only building the hours close at hand when you're going to see something happen. When something's going to take place, and all this background here has only been laying a foundation for a short, quick message that'll shake the whole nations. While I've been picking on women, it's just been laying up here for something that you can hit around the head with it. Even trying to tell them what's right, now holding a hand down like this is where the mouth is spit it out. Then who can blame the doctor? How are you going to say at the day of the judgment, when the very voices that's cried out against it will play the record right back in the face of the people? Then how are they going to get away from it? Spit it out between your fingers. Pour some more down and finally shake their head and go back and go back. Won't do it. Yet you come back again and pour it in again. Then who's to blame? Not the doctor. Not the medicine. But the attitude of the person. That's exactly. It'll be a horrible day one of these days. When this sinful, adulterous generation stands before Almighty God.